Hey, listeners, have you ever wondered what you're missing on the Patreon?
Let us ask you these questions. Do you like the Pre-Fixe? There's an extended version of it every week on the Patreon called the a la carte.
Do you miss your favorite dead celebrities? We have a medium who comes on to talk to them on the Patreon.
Are you an astrology buff? We have an astrologer who comes to the Patreon to read the celebrity stars.
Do you want to hear what we edit out of the podcast? Then you can listen to our cutting room floor episodes on the Patreon.
Do you ever wish we could fix you? Then listen to our all-tier advice episodes right now on the Patreon.
And if you ever want to kiki with other listeners of this pod, come to one of our hilarious live Zoom spectaculars.
Still not convinced? No problem. Head on over to patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople to listen to an example episode of each of these. Absolutely free. See you on Patreon.
Where's Shelley? This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Don't ever say something like that while we're counting down to record.
I just needed to put that in there before.
Good morning, listeners. Just so you're aware, what happened when we counted down from 5 was that Christopher decided to shout out, K-pop Demon Hunters is my whole personality at this point.
And was that a lie? No, it wasn't.
Why? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm planning on watching it.
It's made for a 13-year-old, so know that whenever you watch it. But the songs are so incredible in every way. I've been playing them on repeat. My Spotify Wrapped is about to be destroyed by this soundtrack, is what I'm telling you. Yes, they're so good. They're so K-poppy and fun, and the vocals are so incredible. And the movie's good. The movie is exactly, it's not unpredictable. It's like exactly what, it's a hero's journey. You know what I mean? It's like we've seen it a million times.
It's the most watched movie in the history of Netflix. Like, it's just so good. Out of nowhere.
Rightfully so.
There's a sequel
so good.
coming.
It's so catchy. Can't wait.
There's so much merch. We're going to be choking on it.
I already have what I think the sequel should be. And it's like, if it's not that, I will riot in the streets. I'm just saying, if you're on the verge, if you want joy in your life, just watch it. It's so good.
The merch opportunities are endless with the K-pop Demon Hunters. I think there should be a gay tie-in for something called K-poppers. And that should be something that we use on the beach. Hey man, got a bottle of K-poppers? Yes.
Hassan and I felt personally attacked. You know that meme from Euphoria where they're like, wait, is this fucking thing about us? Like, there's this like gay throuple in it that like, cause there's all the fans. You see all these different fans of the group because they're like a K-pop group that's also Buffy the Vampire Slayer, basically. And there's these 3 gay, like muscle gays, not that I'm a muscle gay, but like these 3 muscle gay queens, like butch femmes that are like, her vocals are so amazing. And they're crying. And they were like, okay, like no need to slam me right to my face as I watch this. It's so good.
Before we move on to the biggest stories of the week, which of course include SNL taking everyone good off of their cast and the Cardi B trial being the best television show,
the best thing in the whole world.
Yes. We were remiss last week, the last 2 weeks actually, by not talking about you seeing Freakier Fridays. So please give the listenership your long awaited review of this sure to be Oscar nominated classic.
I need you to know that although I did start with a movie review of a different movie, like when I tell you Freakier Friday should be studied in the annals of history as like the perfect 20-year later sequel, because they did just enough things of callbacks to the first one without being like too much. Lindsay Lohan is so back, Dominic.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say so bad. I started to panic from...
No, if you told me, if someone was like in a coma and woke up from that coma at 20 years later, they'd be like, Dubai, like Lindsay Lohan Beach Club. Like, I don't know what you're saying. This is the same, she is so good. Like, remember those terrible Christmas movies she did on Netflix that we were like, why on earth is this happening? That's not like, and her acting was so terrible in those. That is not here. She's so good in it. Jamie Lee Curtis is so good in it, obviously. It's so funny. I was crying in the movie theater because it's so touching.
Okay. Okay, this has gone far enough. And I would like to also make a public statement that if you wake up from a coma for 20 years and one of your top 1,000 questions is about Lindsay Lohan, go back in the coma. Like, you're not needed here anymore. Coma yourself permanently. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. How did Hassan's mother like it? Because she has for years been looking forward to this moment.
She liked it better than the first one. Wow. She said it was better than the first one.
So basically, your mother-in-law she's pulled a Godfather 2 with Freakier Friday. Yeah, she's like, this is better than the original. That's pretty fucking amazing.
Not a Godfather 2. But Dominic, I need you to, like, Run, Do Not Walk. It's just so good. A family movie, like generational bonds, like the whole thing. It's so good. They're so funny. Lindsay looks so good in it. And
I'm going to walk. Maybe I'll skip there. I'll do like a hybrid.
But it was so funny. We laughed the whole time. The Manny Jacinto, is that his last name? The guy that like she's in a relationship with in this movie. Yeah. He is so hot. Oh my God.
I know. I'm unfamiliar with this gentleman.
Just get a Google going for him. You will love it. Anyway.
Oh, now that's someone I'll ask about when I come out of a coma.
Yeah.
That Maddie. Yeah. Lindsay, not so much. Matt, I'm here. I'm here for him.
All right. But I need you to know that during the credits, they obviously show all these bloopers, which why aren't we doing that in every movie? Why aren't we doing that in every movie?
We used to. Remember, before you were born, it was like standard in movies.
Like not even a thing.
Any comedy always had a blooper reel at the end of it.
They're in a car in a driving scene, and Jamie Lee Curtis, because Lindsay Lohan's name in the movie is Anna Coleman, and they're like talking and whatever, and they start laughing, and then Jamie Lee Curtis, Dominic, goes, you know what, Anna Louise Coleman?
Oh.
And she goes, because that is your middle name, by the way. And Hassan and I, you would have thought that someone said like, I don't even know. Like it would have been like Jamie Lee Curtis, like, shut up, faggot, like to someone on the side. Like we were in shock, like blown back.
Children in the theater screaming, why are those elderly gays screaming at the name Louise?
Yes. She goes, Anna Louise Coleman. And people have been DMing me being like, you must speak about this on the pod. Like it was.
That's our impact. That is the impact of this podcast.
Impact, Dominic, and you can't tell me otherwise. I'm sorry to tell you.
You know, listeners, we're 6 minutes into this.
We haven't talked about it.
I want you to know what a gift this podcast is to you. The world's literally exploding around us, and we've just given you 6 minutes on K-pop Demon Hunters and Freakier Friday. We are your 13-year-old daughter's favorite foul mouth podcast. You're welcome. Yeah, we're helping you raise them, and you're welcome.
Period.
I'm glad all that went well. You are, by the way, you're in Toronto. Are we allowed to say what your location is? You're working on a show in Toronto. And what'll be very exciting is that in a few weeks, we're about to be giving you our first all international version of Fixing Famous People. Chris and I do travel quite a bit. We're often, one of us is in the New York area and one of us is not. But in a few weeks, Chris will be in Canada when I am in Italy with my family. We'll be bringing you an all-international version. How will it be different than all the other versions? It won't be. We're just bragging that we're international.
The audio quality might just be worse because we're like far.
There will be a delay. Yeah, there'll be a delay that we probably won't fix. How's it going in Toronto?
It's great. I love the city of Toronto. It's so amazing. The food is so good. There are so many hot people here. Oh my God.
In Toronto?
Like you think of like New York as like, oh yeah, there's like attractive people when you walk down the street. There's so many, like you're walking and you're like, whoa, like it's there.
Interesting.
And the food is so great. The city is so fun. I love it here.
Well, I don't want to get too ahead of my own personal announcements, but it is with great likelihood that I will be bringing my holiday tour to Toronto this December. So please tell all of those good-looking people, put them in a pen for me so they're easy to find when I arrive.
Should I hand out a flyer? Yeah.
Oh, I just mean to date when I'm there. I don't care if they come to the show. Yeah. You just handle all the good-looking ones and I'll
just
take care
drop
of it.
Drop a number for them. Yeah.
Real quick, we are taping this Pre-Fixe on Tuesday morning, which is a little earlier than we normally do. And so this story might be old by the time you're listening to us on Wednesday. But Howard Stern was supposed to return to the airwaves today. There's been a lot of talk about whether or not he's coming back at all. And I guess he sent an email to his 95 employees. We're not coming back today. So his contract negotiations have broken down. So those of you who thought you were going to listen to Stern, and look, this happens every 5 years with him. We're sort of used to it. But he's in his 70s. His listenership is down a little bit. I don't know that he's worth $500 million a year, despite him being a pioneer and all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
Why can't you? This is what it ruins everything. This is
Take
the problem.
A pay cut.
It's not even that, but just
do what we do at this podcast. Take a pay cut.
Yeah. But was that what it was? It was a cut. It wasn't the same.
I don't know. He just says he's not happy. The statement he issued was pretty short, and it just said, I'm trying to quote here, he would not return the day after Labor Day. It rips my heart out. He's also, by the way, caring for his mother, who's 98, and they think that is factoring to the decision.
Well, there you go. That changes
So it's
things.
like the money and the mom, all the M's. Yeah. So we'll see if he comes back. But this is sort of like a game every couple of years. It's like the Olympics. Like when his contract comes up, everyone's like, this is it. And then it works out. But, he is 71 years old. He might just be like,
how much longer do you need to do, But also he's like half of Sirius, like, right? Like Sirius is like propped up on his name.
I think they were, but they're not as much anymore.
Yeah.
I think he was a big part of like making them a household service, but I don't know that they're like, I think he might be more of a financial liability now than he was when they signed him up 20 years ago. So I'm not 100% sure. Speaking of liability, let's talk about a human being who's a liability to all of pop culture, and that's William Louise Smith, the Fresh Prince of whatever. So I guess he's going on tour. He's going on this comeback tour, and he's releasing these videos on Instagram that he can't wait to see everyone up close. But the crowd shots in everything are apparently AI. They're not like real people who've come to see him. They are. And it's obvious AI, like where people are blurred or they're missing limbs, just like all sorts of things. And so not the look that he wants when he's trying to plan his comeback, but absolutely hysterical. Like the Will Smithiest thing ever is that he's just making up fans to go on his tour.
Did you see that the one like person is holding up a sign and it's like, you helped me get through my cancer treatment?
I did. Oh, stop it.
And it's like, thanks, Will. That's what it says. Like Big Willie style, like helped someone get through like chemotherapy.
You know how that would cure cancer is if they put you in chemo and they only played Will Smith songs and they looked at you and said, you have to meditate your cancer away or we're not changing the station or opening the door. I bet you I'd get rid of cancer that way. Please don't play Miami again. Please.
Yes, it's so bad. Why is he doing?
Will.
Also, why is he doing no one wants to see him rap or sing on a stage, right? Am I the only? Please let me know if you do, because I don't.
The only way I would even consider yes, you're right. And the only way I'd consider seeing that tour is if Jada Pinkett Smith is just seated on the side of the stage at all times, giving him the stink eye. I just want to, like, with her arms folded, staring at him, instructing him to kill random people in the audience like she did with Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Kill him. It's been a while since I did that.
That's a throwback, guys. If you don't know what we're talking about, are you even a fan? Because that's a throwback.
Because we know that Jada Pinkett Smith organized the attack on Chris Rock on live television, demon.
And Will Smith is her like Westworld, like cyborg, basically.
Yeah, I don't understand anyone that wants to go see a Will Smith show. No. What I do understand is someone who will do what I did the other night, which is pour a giant glass of tequila, deliberately sit down in front of the smart television and just say, Siri, bring up all the Cardi B trial clips from this week. And I'm going to watch them until I piss myself. Is it premature to say that Cardi B is an American hero?
No,
she's a post-COVID, pre-apocalyptic American hero because of this trial.
I mean, truly, this didn't even need to happen for me to say that. Like, remember whenever she left her concert and had to go to the bathroom and went on Instagram Live to show everyone that she was like that right there is like, that's American hero for me. But she's trying not to be ridiculous. But when it's like, you were intimidated, and she just looks at like the person, like the person that's like accusing her of assault and is like, yeah, like she gives the you see me and you see her. So like, wouldn't you be intimidated? It's like
the gist of it is there's a security guard who's suing her, I guess, for some sort of altercation from a couple of years ago. And there's just these compilations of Cardi B on the witness stand being as real as a human being can possibly be. I will say that the security guard who is suing her, I think she found her attorney in like a cereal box. Like the person representing the security guard seems like a fucking moron for real. At one point, he's questioning Cardi B and he's like, hey, yesterday you had black hair and today you have blonde hair. So what's your real hair color? Like, it appears he's trying to establish that she's someone who doesn't
She's a liar.
tell the truth. And she just looks at him, and I wish I will do a poor imitation of it, but she just looks at him and goes, they're wigs. Like, it was just like so bizarre. He's like, at the moment of the assault, were you disabled? What was your disability? And she just goes, I was pregnant. Do you want a list of the things I can't do when I'm pregnant? And it was so, every clip of her, she's yawning on the stand while this guy's asking her a question. And I don't mean like a yawn you're trying to hide. I mean like it's taking up your whole screen. Yeah, her lips are the whole screen. Like, it's crazy.
It is so good. And when she just goes, well, I mean, like, like, I was mad. Like, she's like, it's just everything you would want from her. And we've always been transfixed by how funny she is and how, like, just like
naturally funny.
Yeah, naturally
she's got
funny.
That gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is like, it's on display. This is that on display. It's all I want to watch. It's like everything. And like, it's just the funniest
when he
thing
says to her, he goes, did you call the plaintiff fat? She goes, no, I called her a bitch. Okay, girl. Cardi B for president.
Like, we would write this in like a parody movie and people would be like, it's like, don't, like, this can't be real. You know what I mean? Like, it's so incredible in every single way. And from what I hear of like what it is, that she was pregnant, did not announce her pregnancy yet, and was like at the OBGYN to like get a checkup, because she's pregnant.
Correct.
And the security guards saw her and started recording her and following her to like try to like get her to admit that she's pregnant so that she could like sell it to TMZ. Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly, this is me making this up in my mind, but like to sell it to TMZ, but like,
who cares? Her lawyer sucks. Let him sue us. Who gives a shit? I'd love to go on that stand and put on my own show.
You'll be my lawyer. You'll be my lawyer, and I'll be like, and then you'll be like,
I'm going to ask about your fucking wigs on the stand, Christopher. You need to show up a blonde hair. I'll be like, why are you like today, girl?
The same wig as her. Oh God.
I mean, I want everyone to go on with their lives, but this trial could go on for the rest of the year. I think the world needs it, to be
Someone
honest.
DM me, Gwyneth is shaking.
How great would that be if Cardi B leaves the stand and just goes, I wish you well, bitch. That would be fucking amazing.
Oh God. I wish this was on Judy Justice. Couldn't you imagine Judge Judy being
they'd kill each other. That would have to be a cage match, actually. Judy and Cardi fighting to the death. Judy would never allow Cardi to be running at the mouth on this, letting her. And everyone's saying, too, like, the jury is laughing every time Cardi B says something. So,
because it's going to be like a mistrial or whatever.
You're done. You're just like, you're not going to win this. Less fun news. The SNL cast chops have come through, as they are wont to do in late August, early September. Devon Walker, who I think we talked about last week. And then this week, Michael Longfellow, it was announced, isn't coming back. He's been there for 3 years. That was a little surprising because he has guested on Weekend Update a lot. And most people thought that he was going to be the person to take over Update when Colin Jost and Michael Che finally decided to step down. Do you know they've been doing Weekend Update, the two of them, for 10 years? It's a long fucking time.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. So I guess they're not stepping down this year. But the biggest surprise of all, an 8-year veteran of the show. And obviously, if you've watched the show in that period of time, one of the key players, Heidi Gardner, isn't coming back.
She's so funny.
My God. She's so funny.
But after 8 years, aren't you like, I'm done?
I know, I wish. And I don't know with her if it's she's done or they were done with her, but it feels like they were done with her. Maybe they just didn't know what to do with her. I don't know. But that's a real loss.
There's a world. Okay. Uh-oh. Not to activate me.
Do I need to step down? Do I need to shine the spotlight on your box of soap? All right, do it.
Yes, you do. I mean, as we all know, like they all say that like it's like an absolutely horrific workplace to work in. And yes, it's the best show ever, but like everyone has a horror story battle wounds, etc. After 8 years, she was probably like, I can't do this. Like I can't mentally go through this anymore.
Sure.
And the other thing is I think that like Lauren really loves when they become like big celebrities outside of SNL. Like, again, our biggest comedians that we have today are all from SNL. So it's like, yeah, I get it. But like, I feel like when the person like doesn't move into like, oh, now I'm doing movies and now I'm doing this, like they end up getting swept away. And I feel like Heidi's one of those people that's so good on the show and is like, just her face alone is a perfect like parody actor of like, like when you see her, you know, it's going to be fucking hilarious. But like, she's not one of those ones that's like getting like every role in Hollywood now.
I know. She
versus like a Bowen or like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. She's always given me shades of Kristen Wiig. Like she always felt like this generation's Kristen. Maybe not as great as Kristen, but certainly the best. And it's well documented how I feel. I was really sweating it to see if they were going to get rid of Ego Wodum, because that would have been, I may even have stopped watching SNL, and I never stopped watching SNL. She's it for me right now. I'm surprised Bowen is coming back, to be honest with you. Like I almost feel like he's definitely like a marquee, right? But he's also like, I feel like he might be at the end of like what he's brought to that show. Like that remember the iceberg sketch that like made him?
Yes.
That's years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago now. God, the years are just flying by, Dominic, aren't they?
I know. And Keenan is coming back for his 52nd year, which is strange. SNL's only been on for 51. So, but I love Kenan Thompson. I mean,
that would be a tectonic shift. When he would say, "I'm gone," that's big. That's
Kenan Thompson, who plays Kenan Thompson in every sketch he's in, but he's good at it. So you just need him to be
there. Which, like, that legend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you just like, I actually don't even need to be a character. I'm just going to play myself. Like, that's so fucking funny. That's why he's done it for so long. Because he's like, it doesn't even matter anything you write for me. I'm just going to do my version of it. And Lauren's like, yeah, you are. And then it's like,
him not being on SNL would be like the first Thanksgiving after Granddad dies. It's just like, well, now what are we supposed to do? Who's going to sit in that chair? And there's nobody.
Yeah.
Speaking of Granddad, Snoop Dogg has issued a pretty impassioned apology for saying last week that seeing a lesbian couple in Pixar's Lightyear made him, and I quote, afraid to go to the movies. It was pretty shocking.
Pussy ass bitch. Yeah.
It was pretty shocking because despite, the hardened background from which Snoop Dogg arrived to us, he's always seemed to be like a pretty progressive person. Like I wouldn't actually peg him to be someone who would even make a homophobic remark, but I sort of liked I'm still angry at him, but his apology actually satisfied me enough where he was just like, I'm an idiot. And look, some people are idiots. Some people just don't know how to talk about things like this. And I think that's the frustration with people like us, meaning gay people, which is like in 2025, you have to be a non-idiot and actually know how to talk to kids about something that isn't controversial at all, which is just two people being in a relationship. Doesn't mean you don't have to talk about butt sex every time you talk about people being in love with each other, because you and your wife don't talk about that when you're telling your kids about why you're together. So
you don't have to be
his apology.
So the one mom took the other mom and had a strap on, and
it's unnecessary. You can just say they're in love without defining scissoring for your 6-year-old. You know what I mean? It's not necessary, Snoop. This wasn't exactly a controversy. Unfortunately, this will now be attached to you until the end of time. And it is not only that, but it will also be a song, not to keep bringing up my holiday tour, but Goodbye. It was so obviously a moment to write a parody about that there's 4 minutes on this that you'll see at Christmas time. It's Snoop Dogg being afraid of anything, particularly lesbians, particularly since he was kind of a pimp before, is the funniest thing that's happened outside of the Cardi B trial.
Word. Again,
Thank you. We forgot to mention that. Yeah. So many people, including Jess Rothschild, messaged us after last week to point out that he appeared on the L word at some point. He must have been terrified the entire time. I mean, he was crying in his
dressing room. Yeah. There was a comedian. This was a million years ago, but there was a comedian that was a lesbian comedian. I cannot remember her name, but she was like, what is scissoring? She goes, you don't know. And she goes, it's not real. And then she was doing like two peace signs touching each other. And she was going, how? Why? How? Why?
That's it. It's just peace. They're just peace signs. That's a great way to explain it.
Funniest thing ever. I need to find it. Because it was fall on the ground funny.
I like that explanation. It's just two peace signs melding together. Why would it be anything else? So just to point out, we started this podcast talking about K-pop demon hunters, and now we're talking about scissoring. So again, something for everybody. Summer is not over. You're welcome, America. Anna Louise Wintour, after about a month or two of speculation, has picked who's going to be taking her place as the editorial director of American Vogue. And as we have mentioned here before this podcast, it will be Chloe Mal. Chloe Mal is the 39-year-old daughter of Murphy Brown herself, Candice Bergen, and legendary French director Louis Malle. Congratulations. I don't know who the other candidates were. I do know
she's
that
like
it's an important
cunty
job.
white bitch. Like, yeah, like perfect. Got it. Check.
Now, Anna's not like retiring. She's still going to have like a bigwig job at Condé Nast. She's just not running the day-to-day at Vogue, which means basically that's her way of saying I'm giving this job to someone else, but I'm still going to fucking do it, basically. Yeah.
Well, not
This
even
is
that, but
all
like
just-
I'm going to rest on my laurels and collect a humongous fat check is really what it is.
And when I tell you that it is frighteningly similar to the resolution of The Devil Wears Prada, I mean, it's almost like Lauren Weisberger wrote this, to be honest with you. It's actually pretty crazy.
Oh, God.
Congratulations, Chloe. Congratulations, Candace Bergen. You must be a very proud mother.
Speaking of The Devil Wears Prada.
You want to talk about this now?
Let's just do it. I'm ready. I'm going to defend her, but go ahead.
Well, first of all, before we talk about Anne Hathaway pulling this year's
Calma
stunt, Devil Wears Prada has been shooting all their exteriors for weeks now, and they literally cannot shoot a scene of this movie without it ending up online. And so there's a discussion happening in all the industry rags about like, what are we supposed to do about paparazzi? Like, they are ruining this movie because part of what this movie is, you want to see what Meryl and Anne and Emily are wearing in all the scenes. Like, fashion is a big part of it. And they're blowing, and Stanley, of course, they're blowing it. Like, they're blowing every scene. Even the interiors, they're finding a way to just shoot inside the buildings where shit's being shot. It's been crazy. And the producers of the movie they're pissed. I'm pissed. I don't want to see it in my scroll. I don't want to see, I already know Meryl Streep has the same hairdo. I'm mad that I know that. I don't really care, but like, I'm just mad that I wanted to be surprised.
I want to find out on the screen, on the silver screen.
Yeah. Where I'm supposed to, not on my phone. Come on. So they're shooting, I think, in Central Park. The paparazzi are following this movie ruthlessly.
Yeah.
And two paparazzi start having a fight. They start having an argument about something probably nonsensical. And they're having a fight and they're cursing at each other. And Anne Louise Hathaway makes her way over to the paparazzi area. And she's like, guys, we have children on set today. Let's bring it down. Let's be calm. Anne Hathaway, once again, going to a group of camera-wielding maniacs and using her nursery school voice, which is great. If you remember from 2 summers ago in Italy, she looked at a group of crazed paparazzi and fans who wanted her picture, and she looked at them and famously said, say it with me,
Calma.
Calma. Calma. And this is this year's Calma. If you have a chance to go look at her doing that, look at Calma, look at this, and think to yourself, I would have Anne Hathaway babysit my children. This is a nice person. She may be insane, but she's a nice person.
She looks so good. First of all,
she looks fucking great.
She looks incredible.
She got that good face.
I love.
She got that glass thing. They go to the same doctor.
She, much like when Denzel Washington like almost beat the shit out of that French piece of shit paparazzi at Cannes. Remember when they were at Cannes and he was like, grabbing his arm and was like, I will literally like break your arm off of your body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm personally loving. And when Chappell Roan was like, you called me a fucking bitch the other day, and like went and found the paparazzi that was like mean to her, and she like called him out in front of her. I'm loving the like paparazzi versus like humongous celebrity fights. And I'm loving that she's like, we have children on set. So like, you're a maniac. Like, she doesn't say anything mean, but she's like, you're acting like a complete animal and you're a grown ass man. Like, tone it the fuck down.
It's not only that they occasionally do put people in danger because of the crowding and like stepping in front of people, but they're also, it sounds really bougie, but like they're removing the value of the product. You know what I mean? Like every time they post a picture, the movie becomes less valuable because people are like, I've already seen it. I know what scene is coming. I will wait to rent this for $7.99 on Amazon in a year, you know, rather than spend $20. Like, it actually does affect the product. And there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, they are members of the press and these are celebrities. It just sort of, I don't know.
There's also just such a market for it now because it's like, not like, it's just like, I'm just going to sell this to either People, Us Weekly or TMZ. It's like now like, oh, every Instagram account can like use these photos. So I'm going to like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Annoying.
All right, moving on. In what I would say is not a surprise at all, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce Grammer are, we're going to be getting dribs and drabs of their future life coming up. Like, what will where will they live? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We're hearing now that they may be choosing Ohio to live and start their family.
My God.
Now,
Why?
I don't know, but without getting too political, Ohio was purple for a minute, but now is solidly red, and Taylor is solidly blue. So I feel like they're moving there in order to change, to determine the next presidential election. That's what I think.
As someone who grew up 15 minutes away from the Ohio border, this is meant with no disrespect, but it's like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like it's like Columbus, beautiful. Love Columbus. Mm-hmm. Even Cleveland. But again, doesn't he plays for the Chiefs? So that's not Kansas City.
Is that in Ohio? I have
no, it sure isn't. It's not close. Like, it's like, what's happening? Like, why Ohio?
I don't know.
She's a billionaire. She could buy all of Manhattan and just have it be her one house if she wanted to.
Oh, welcome to New York.
I know. We don't need it here anymore. Doesn't she live in Tribeca? No, she's.
I know. Every time she goes to Via Carrata, there's got to be a whole. They're following her like she's in The Devil Wears Prada too. It's just like, let her go to dinner.
How does she even sit down at Via Carrota and like eat?
Well, I want to know how she gets a table there. The rest of us have to wait the fuck on because that place takes no reservation. How does this happen? How do her and Haley Steinfeld show up there all the time and they just get to sit down? That's what I want to know.
I know. Well,
I mean, it's not that hard to figure out.
She's the biggest celebrity in the world. Yeah,
it's sort of like when Andy and Anderson take the front row at a Madonna concert, and we're like, how'd they get those seats? Well, I don't know.
I know. I actually think
they might know the artist. So how about this? Speaking of moving to strange locations, we've talked recently about Ellen DeGeneres and her wife Portia de Rossi are selling the home that they've had in the Cotswolds in the UK after a year. But now it appears as though Beyonce and Jay-Z are looking to develop some land and build some shit in the same neighborhood. I don't think they've bought Ellen and Portia's compound, but are we going to have to go to the Cotswolds and do a podcast from there? From
boots on the ground, like a house tour. Like we'll be like J-Lo when she walks by that thing. It's like, remember, I used to live here.
Which you think Ellen will be like, I used to live here. They'll be like, get out. And we were glad when you left.
Speaking of J-Lo, she hit some. She got a stray. She caught a stray the other day. Did you see this? Where what's his name? Luis Guzman was like.
Luis Guzman.
They were I'm sad. I don't like it. I'm mad.
Why?
I don't know. I'm like, leave her alone. I'm like, leave her alone.
I thought it was very telling because he's got a great reputation. Like he's someone. If you don't know what we're talking about, Luis Guzman was on a podcast he was on Hot Ones. He was doing.
I think it was on Hot Ones, right? Yeah.
Yeah. They were asking him. He plays Gomez on Wednesday. If you don't know who he is, and once you see him, you're like, oh, that guy. He's been around since I was 2, and he appears in everything.
Truly.
He's a great actor. And they were asking him about his co-stars, and they were listing names, and he had something positive to say about everybody. And then they said Jennifer Lopez, and he went,
He went, okay.
Yeah, okay. And it was just sort of just shocking. Did not provide any context. That was enough. Even the Hot Ones people just sort of moved on. They're like, this feels like something that might get us killed. So we should move on to protect Luis Guzman.
It cut to someone just like chomping into a wing, being like, oh. Wait, you know what doesn't look just okay, though? The trailer for The Kiss of the Spider Woman, Dominick. She looks so fucking good in it, and she vocals on like period.
I'm still nervous.
I'm nervous.
I'm still nervous.
It might be a terrible movie, but regardless of that, she looks incredible and seemingly sounds really good. So even if the movie is absolutely terrible, I feel like her moments will be great.
She's stepping into big shoes. I mean, Cheetah Rivera, who's, she's not Ethel Merman, but she's a great vocalist and she sort of 100%. Owns this. No one else has ever sang it, really. I mean, she sang it on stage. Vanessa L. Williams, who I think is just still Vanessa Williams now, right? Didn't she drop that L a little while ago?
Yeah.
Vanessa Williams took over for her on Broadway. So there is somewhere that version of it, but this will be the version that people know because it's a movie and this is Jennifer Lopez. So I'm curious to see how it is because the original movie's great. The musical's fucking great. I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
But I'm just saying this could be it. This could be the fix.
That part they've nailed because the character she's playing, Aurora, is supposed to be like a glamour goddess. So in that respect, they got the right person. But we'll see. I mean, she is not going to rest until she gets an Oscar nomination for something. So she's going to, whatever mistake she made with Hustlers, whoever she pissed off, she's going after those people now and saying like, this is it, give it to me.
Yep.
And when she accepts the award, I want her closing line to just be, and in closing, fuck you, Luis Guzman.
And in closing, let's get loud.
Well, I guess I'm a dummy because this wasn't on my bingo card. I thought that her career was going full steam ahead in another direction. But Ariana Louise Grande announces the Eternal Sunshine Tour for 2026. I mean, millions of people, ourselves included, rejoicing. She is a true pop star, going back to the pop stage. It's her first tour in 7 years. We figured after what's going to be an inevitable second Oscar nomination for Wicked this year, that she was just going to focus on musical theater and films and all that. But she's going back on the road, baby. It's not like an extensive tour. It's just sort of like a 2-month thing. She's got a lot of dates in London, a few in Boston, a few in New York, but she's not like, this isn't the Eras tour or Cowboy Carter. Like, she's not going like full tilt, but I already know several homosexuals who are planning travel to the cities where she is performing because she's not coming to theirs.
Well, you're looking at one of them because
well, we don't have to try. I mean, she's coming to New York.
She absolutely is. But on my birthday next year, she'll be playing a show on Boston. And so
how are we already talking about your birthday? This is insane. Brought to you by Ariana Grande.
Yeah. But like on my birthday, she's playing in Boston. So I signed up for that pre-sale. And then obviously she has like 17 shows at Barclays Center. So I'm sure I'll be able to catch a ticket to one.
We'll get it. We'll get there.
I'm going. I loved this album. I think it's her best album she's ever put out. The deluxe version of it. I know there were 17 deluxe versions, but the bonus songs were incredible. I just find it so great.
We, especially me on this podcast, love to play casting games where many of my fixes in the years on this podcast are me putting people in different roles, particularly the upcoming yet not announced until people consult with me, Jeffrey Epstein series on Netflix, where I've almost completely cast the entire thing. Prime Video pulls a fast one and does what I consider to be absolute dream casting. We have underreported about the Karen Reed trial here in Massachusetts. A lot of other podcasts have devoted, not to be shady, way too much fucking time to it. Yes. It has definitely captivated a certain audience. And now Prime Video has announced that they are doing Karen Reed trial drama. And it is starring Elizabeth Banks as Karen Reed. And I think that is 10 strokes of genius. I think she's great. I think she's going to chew this role up and spit it out into an Emmy Award, probably. I think that's what's going to happen. Because Elizabeth Banks is involved, I am now more interested in the Karen Reed story than I was before. And now I'm going to watch all the documentaries about her.
Sure. And I love that they're like, okay, we're making the movie right now. Like, it's like she has been cleared like a month ago. And they're already like, okay, now we must make it. Like, we don't even like pussyfoot around it anymore of being like, no, let's give it 2 years and then we'll do this thing, blah, blah, blah. Like,
and it's coming to you from David E. Kelly, too, like the most prolific. So not Ryan Murphy. David E. Kelly was sort of like the guy in between Aaron Spelling and Ryan Murphy that produced everything on television. So it's nice to see him. Of course, he is Mr. Michelle Pfeiffer. It's nice to see him come back. I wish he would sneak Michelle there in a little bit of a role. There was a moment when he had like a Ryan Murphy around television shows running concurrently. Yeah. Like picket fences and The Practice and all this stuff that was happening at the same time. So good for him. I'm happy about that. Now, speaking of other casting decisions, there is a movie being made about the making of the movie Rocky. And they have cast the person that is going to play Sylvester Stallone. His name is Anthony Ippolito. He is as gorgeous as Sylvester Stallone was in 1970. Yeah, he's gorgeous. And if you watch, there was a Paramount Limited series a couple of years ago called The Offer, which was about the making of the Godfather saga. It was pretty cute. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. He's the guy who played Al Pacino in that. And now he's playing Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, he looks exactly like him in these like pics. Like I'm doing like they're doing side by sides and it's like a perfect casting. Holy fuck.
Yeah. There's like a brand of mid-20s Italian that can only be described as pretty. And Sylvester Stallone was pretty when he did Rocky. And this guy is pretty. They nailed it. They nailed this casting as well. Speaking of casting, another fun product coming up, especially if you are the guys who brought back Karate Kid and gave you the Cobra Kai series on Netflix are now looking at Knight Rider, the 80s series about a talking car starring the very hunky Mr. David Hasselhoff. So they're looking to bring that back, which I think is fun. It was like the fluffiest, silliest show in history. Yeah. The most 80s thing you can think of is a Knight Rider.
Dominic.
The car's name was Kit, by the way, Kitt.
Is David Hasselhoff alive?
He sure is. His ex-wife, the mother of his children, Pamela Bach. This is about to take a dark turn, everybody. Trigger warning,
yes,
unalivedness.
Died,
She took her own life earlier this year.
Okay, yes. Okay, I'm back. I'm so back.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean anything about him. It doesn't mean he can't also be deceased, but he just hasn't worked. He's in his early 70s as well, and I think is still bigger in Europe than he was in the United States. That's
never ever forget when he was laying on the ground eating that cheeseburger.
I know. I mean, it's a classic. It's a classic video. I mean, as far as like that and Star Wars Kid, that's the first 10 years of our century right there, digitally. Yeah. That's all I need. So I want to talk about this Degrassi doc before we get over to fix Katy Perry again this week. I saw this trailer that Rebecca Bregman sent us on the group chat about the Degrassi doc. Is that how it came to me, or did I find? I can't even remember at this
point.
One
of us, something.
Degrassi somehow. I guess I'm like the right age where I just missed it entirely.
I even missed it, is what I'm saying to you. But keep going.
This Degrassi documentary that's coming, it's called like Degrassi, whatever it takes. The way that Degrassi was received in the world per this trailer was like bigger than the Beatles at the time, which is why I'm surprised that I don't know more about it.
It was big. It was like the biggest Canadian show, like you know what I mean? And it was on like a cable offshoot of Nickelodeon. I think it was on the N, or like, which was like, one of them was called Noggin. Noggin was like a kid's version of like Nickelodeon. It was like on channel 300. Does that make sense?
I remember it. Yeah.
And then, because Nick Jr. was like on Nickelodeon proper, channel 33 in Western Pennsylvania. But then like Noggin was something, but then the N was like for teens. And that's where they put it in America. And so I feel like I was like past that at that point. Like I wasn't watching Nickelodeon for teens. I was watching like adult shows. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. My mom and I were watching like Desperate Housewives at this point. But it was
of course.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I was like
child.
on to like, yeah, we were on to like other things. But like
no gay child wants to see a normal like cisgendered high school. We already have that in our lives. No. We're not featuring that. I can get bullied on my own.
Yeah, my mom and I were watching Sex in the City. We weren't watching.
Absolutely, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, like
your mother was making sure you were gay. She suspected, but she's like, give him this.
Yeah, we were watching Oprah, and so this was like for teens, and I missed it too. I feel like I was a little too old for it. It was a big show, and a lot of people were like absolutely obsessed with it.
And in case you're wondering, your boy Aubrey O'Gay, better known as Drake, does appear in the Degrassi doc. He is, I mean, inarguably the biggest star to come from it. But the trailer makes it seem like they're just treating him like any other cast member. They're not like, they're not like focusing on.
They're not like, here's this A-list celebrity legend of a human being that's like.
They open with him, and so you think like, oh, this is going to be the Drake show, and then he only pops up once or twice more in the trailer. But when I tell you, they make it seem like the most pivotal television show in Western Hemisphere history. I mean, like, I'm watching this, and I'm like, how do I not know more about this? It's crazy.
No. Speaking of, I'm in Drake's homeland right now. I'm like in his city. And I've been asking, I'm like, what do you guys think of Drake? Like our Canadian coworkers, I'm like, you guys upset about Drake, Kendrick Lamar? And they're like, and one of our producers was like, Team Drake. And I was like, don't tell any other American that, because you will they will lose respect for you, just like I just have right now.
I'm sorry, Drake, you mean Vanessa Carlton's best friend? Yes, I'm familiar with who he is. Coming up on the a la carte, a little report from the Venice Film Festival, possible Oscar nominations for Jude Law playing Vladimir Putin, and perhaps Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson getting an Oscar nomination for Best Actor for this film that he just did there, which got like a 15-minute standing ovation 2 nights ago.
Oh, God, here we go.
We'll discuss it on the cart, on the a la carte. 1,000-year-old actress Diane Cannon denied access to the White House because she lied on her passport like 30 years ago and never fixed it. Girl after my own heart. I did a little research after being in the grocery store and seeing Selena Gomez Oreos on the checkout line. We're going to talk about Christopher. I didn't even know where to begin with this product.
Need those.
I don't even know where to begin with this product. And Fifth Harmony reunites without Camila Cabello.
She's not in it.
And Mickey Rourke. It is a mess. We haven't seen him since he got evicted from Big Brother. I'm telling
Dominick,
you.
Water's wet. The sky's blue. What do you mean?
No, but I'm telling you, if I'm taking the time to just go out of line and say, I know he's a mess, but this is like a messy mess. He's on a banana peel right now. Like someone needs to do a wellness check.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of wellness check, we are, for the second time in FFP history, fixing a celebrity for the second time because
She needs
they
it.
need it. It is, of course, Katy Perry. Sarah Wendell joins us. It is a whirlwind. And when I tell you that the Patreon content, if you do not yet subscribe, Apple subscriptions or Patreon, this would be a good one to do it. We have probably 40 minutes of Patreon content because we could not stop talking. And among the things we talk about on Patreon are Gayle King, asking our guest, Sarah Wendell, about her sex life on live television.
You heard it right.
Harrowing story. And also, we do a very thoughtful Katy Perry versus Tay-Tay Swift career analysis on the Patreon as well. Why they came up at the same time, and one is regarded as Jesus and the other one is regarded as get out of my house. And all that's coming up on this week's episode after these vital messages. That's why I was saying stop.
Yeah.
We're here,
Dominick.
listeners. You came right in the middle of it.
Yeah, we've already started the podcast without even recording. We have a friend. We have a friend of the pod. We have a knowledgeable source. Sarah Wendell from Smart Podcast Trashy Books. Thank you for being with us again.
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. I am honored to be back for a third time to talk about the person who I had volunteered to talk about when I first got up the courage to ask I could do this as a guest. And Chris, you responded, "Oh, we already have somebody for Katy Perry, but how about someone else?"
Oh,
so
wait,
I'm
I didn't
really
even remember
honored
that.
to be
I
back.
don't even remember that happened. So that's so funny.
Yes, that absolutely happened.
Okay. Miracles happen once in a while.
Well, if that spontaneous vocal isn't indicative enough of the level of passion around here about Katy Perry, when the three of us got on the mic today, instantly there was no exchange of pleasantries. Sarah just launched into what we're about to do here. Her and Chris started yammering, and I, the entertainment adult in the room, had to scream,
"Goodbye already.
Record, children, record. This is content."
Pause.
The level of passion about this is fantastic.
You're the adult?
That's when you need to examine what's wrong with you. Yes, it's not disputed that I'm the adult here. The grand adult, actually.
All of us should look inward with that statement. Anyway.
Speaking of looking inward, I've absolutely nothing after that would be appropriate for this.
Can I pay you a compliment before we get started? Can I pay you a compliment, Dominick?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, it better not be backhanded or the electricity will go out on this podcast.
No, never. I don't do backhanded I don't actually know how. I listened to your recap of the fixing of the guy who does And Just Like That. I don't even bother to remember his name.
Michael Patrick King.
Yeah,
good for you.
When you pointed out that Samantha was the lone grown-up in that group, I almost had to pull over because my brain exploded. Yes, that is exactly it. And now I'm looking at every ensemble and being like, okay, one of you is the grown-up, which you have really unlocked something really crucial, I think, to understanding ensemble in pop culture.
When he said that, I went, I did this big, I did my Michael Barbaro of, what he does on the daily. It's so fucking annoying. I was I did this long drawn out, and then I just let it wash all over me. It truly was. We might have to make that a clip that we put on the internet, honestly. Because that's it's worth it.
When you were humming after I said that, did it occur to you that I was also the adult in this room at that time? Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
Heads are shaking here. How dare both of you?
If that's what you want to call it, yes, Dominick.
I mean, I've listened to your show pretty much from the beginning. I discovered it. You had a very short backlog. So it was in the early days.
Sure.
That's not a thought I've had before, but if you would like me to have that thought starting now, I will manifest this for you.
I don't listen to this podcast, so I'm not sure if I don't know what information you're pulling from. I only remember 5% of the episodes.
That's okay.
I'm one brain cell away from coming in here and looking at Chris and saying, we should fix Meghan Markle or talk about her more. I'm almost there.
Or you being like, who are you again? Me being the person you talk to every single day.
There is actually, I think, a parallel between Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Because Orlando Bloom and Prince Harry do not do things. There's a very wide differential of stuff being done there. And I think there's a bit of a parallel, which is interesting because she performed at the coronation. I still don't know why, but okay.
So what you're saying is that Meghan Markle is sort of like an earthbound Katy Perry. Is that what you're saying here? Is that the equation?
Katy Perry in beige cashmere?
Like a human Katy Perry almost.
And for the record, I like both of these women. I just want anyone to listening. I actually like both of these women.
Sure. I'm going to defend both of them.
I want to be bashing.
When we make that comparison, I will defend both of them. Yeah. But anyway, let's
before
continue.
we were already touching on that cataclysmic moment. Dare we say, and we're using this in quotes, we obviously understand there are wars going on in the world, but if real life wasn't so depressing, Muppets in Space, as we call it here, is the story of the year. And there's a big giant period on that. For many reasons, it affected everyone involved, everyone watching. I can only imagine how many millions of you are rolling your eyes listening to this, but I stand by this. Katy Perry going into space is the most important thing that happened in the non-real world in the year of our share 2025. Before we move on, we like to play the middle name game. Obviously, we have already fixed Katy Perry here before, so there's absolutely nowhere else to go except to play the middle name game with her 48-hour lover, Mr. Justin Trudeau. The middle name game is where we ask our guest and Christopher to identify the middle name of the person we're fixing, but again, we already fixed Katy, and so we're moving on to Justin. Justin Trudeau, those are his birth, first, and last names. He was born in the capital of Canada, Ottawa, on Christmas Day, the same year as 1971. He is 53 years old. What sign would he be, Christopher, if he's born on Christmas? Which I guess would also reveal what Jesus Christ's sign was.
I think it's Sag. I don't know. I'm not good at like which month outside of like the ones around mine.
I think that's Sagittarius because it's the opposite of me and I'm a Gemini, but I will.
Sag.
I will look it up. What?
Well, technically Capricorn begins.
Oh no, Capricorn.
No, I
Capricorn
am wrong.
begins December 22.
Yeah,
so
Capricorn.
many people were just screaming out loud.
Rightfully
Capricorn.
You just gave us 15 seconds of violently loud engagement from Maniac Zodiacs. He is a Capricorn. And while we are here, I suppose we should remind people who were not here the last time is that Katy Perry, born Catherine Hudson, her middle name is Elizabeth, if you forgot that. Catherine Elizabeth Hudson. Moving back on to this gentleman. What is Justin Trudeau's middle name?
Clyde.
That is not right, but that's my favorite guess that you've ever made.
Really?
Yeah, I love that. I don't know. I just think it's perfect, and I wish that it was true. I wish he was Justin Clyde Trudeau.
Clyde Trudeau.
Oh, I have chills.
JCT, come on.
Cletus. That's a clown.
Cletus.
That's a circus answer. I know you don't think it's Cletus.
No, I'm guessing like Clyde Cletus. No, I know, I can't remember it, but I know that he has a French
I will say this, there
name.
are two. You know what? There's two middle names.
Great.
And so, Chris, if you want to guess one more, let's just throw your hat in there. Throw another name in there.
He's got a French middle name.
French.
I'm not going to tell you the country of origin of the names. I will say that given him and they're both gettable.
All right, I'm going to go
Anton.
Okay, so Clyde and Anton. Christopher is, of course, pulling all of his names from dancers on 70s competition shows.
Yes, correct.
All right, I'm going to go with I know one of them is French. I know if there's a second one, I'm going to go with Justin Stephen something Trudeau.
Okay.
All right, Pierre. I'm going to guess with Pierre.
Yes!
I think it might be.
I was going to guess Pierre. I was going to guess Pierre.
I just ran into the mic. I'm sorry.
Justin Pierre James Trudeau is his full name.
I was truly going to guess Pierre. And I was like, that's like the most like xenophobic French name. You know what I mean?
Totally. It's like that
so
offensive.
It was the most
Yes.
obvious choice. I was like, it can't be Pierre. It has to be like Edouard or
No.
Jean-Claude,
Which is why I said Anton,
else.
which I don't even know is a French name, is it? I don't know.
Listeners, walk with me for a second to the early days of 2025. Katy Perry has an album last year, doesn't do too well. Most exciting thing that happened to her, we tried to fix her. I can't remember if she was in the middle of, she was about to embark on her tour. She was still with her then husband, Orlando Bloom. The year
Fiancé,
was...
They never got married.
Thank you. She's still with her partner, Orlando Bloom. The country was bracing for an inauguration.
Hell.
We were all trying to lay low, keep quiet.
Yes, hell.
And then on January 16th of this year, a little something called Muppets in Space occurs, whereby Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez...
It was on January 16th.
Why am I thinking of January 16th? Lauren Sanchez, Gayle King, and who's the other one besides Katy Perry? There was a fourth person.
You know what?
There?
If you can't remember, maybe let her go because she might have detached this from her public persona and maybe she doesn't want to be
she's not allowed to do that. She's not allowed to do it. No
Lauren
one's
Sanchez?
So
you're thinking
I
of?
feel like
there's
a fourth person.
There's a
There
fourth
were more,
person. And
there were like 7 of them, but no one knows the other people because they wouldn't.
I guess you're right. There were just 3 celebrities. You're right.
Yes.
The other ones named Amanda Nugan, Aisha Bowe, Carrie Ann Flynn, and finally, today's subject, Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, known to you as Katy Louise Perry. Did Gayle King and Lauren Sanchez have their public images suffer by being up there? Lauren Sanchez, no. I think her needle didn't move at all.
how's it going to get worse?
Gayle King is still exalted. There's no doubt about it. But did it suffer a little bit? Sure. Did she go on to suffer by posing in caftans with Kris Jenner on the internet this year? Also, yes, Gayle and Oprah maybe not having the best year. We will be discussing them in the coming months. But then there's this one. She suffered the worst of all
100%.
anyone involved in this flight because she looked right in the
100%.
camera and held that fucking daisy. And people started vomiting when they were looking at their phones at it.
Not vomiting. Okay, Dominick,
Allegedly,
I have to issue...
she also sang Firework during the flight?
No, she didn't.
That
they
was
wanted
Chris.
her to.
That was not Katy Perry.
It
Chris
was me.
did that.
It was me. I must issue a retraction because the flight was on Monday, April 14th, 2025. It was not on January. Because I was like...
on earth?
I remember being on the set of Project Runway while it was happening and us all watching it on like a screen that we put up in the control room to watch it while we filmed, while we watched
This is breaking
designers making garments for a challenge. I also like looked over and it was like them in space. So like,
you're right. I'm reading from a different... I'm so sorry. There was a launch. There was a non-human Blue Origin launch on January 16th. And I misreported the news here.
it's okay.
But we're issuing a live retraction. Thanks. Go on.
You're the adult, Dominick. You can do whatever you want. You want to change
I
the
can't
time?
read. It doesn't make- there are many
You wanna
adults.
change history?
Many
It's your
adults.
call.
Many adults can't read.
Truly.
Many adults.
I mean, it's crazy to think that the last time we fixed her, like she hadn't even gone to space yet. Like, let's just let that sink in for like one whole second. Like, think about that.
I don't even think we knew she was going. Had we known, we probably would have been like, we should wait.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
this
it was
sounds
like
like it's gonna be
a hotly
disruptive.
wanted, like it was a requested fixing when it happened and she hadn't even gone to space yet.
No.
And what's weird about this is that this is the latest in several things that she's been involved in where my reaction has been, what are you doing here? Why are you
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't ever have to say that about a global pop star. Like they should just show up and be like, oh, Katy Perry's here. But this, and then, the coronation performance and showing up at the coronation every time I was like, what are you doing here? What's happening?
Do you say that every time she walks out on stage on her own world tour? Because I do every day when I have to look at clips of what she has done the night before.
No, usually when I see clips of the tour, I go, oh, honey. Oh, no.
It's so weird. Before we move away from Muppets in Space, may I just say that the two, Amanda Wynn, who was one of the people that was in the rocket, was a bioastronautics research scientist who, because of her gender, was so maligned by the other people, she left doing that and went and started to become a civil rights activist to like speak up about how misogynistic and terrible like space people are. So
why
like,
do I know nothing about this? That's amazing.
yes, this woman is like an actual hero. And then but like all we thought about was fucking Gayle, Lauren, and this fucking loser. You know what I mean? Katy Perry being the loser.
In our defense, we were saying that the whole time. Like there are actual
100%.
scientists and people who deserve to be there, but then
Yes.
there are these tourists.
Yeah, the 3 Muppets. Like, I mean, it's a moment that captures the hearts and minds of America, not in a good way. We all watch as Jeff Bezos falls down as he's trying to like go inside the the rocket, which there was weird things where like he could open it from the outside or something happened where it was like he had to come and open the door to the outside. And in actuality, like it was open you could open it from the inside. And so they were like, did they even really go to space? And like all this stuff, like there was like all kinds of conspiracy theory things about how like this wasn't real or like they didn't go high enough or whatever the fuck. Do I care about any of that? No. But like, was it really stupid? Were we like, this is the end of civilization because like people are truly dying and like people don't have clean water and instead you're spending like $1 bajillion to go into space so that Katy Perry can show us the set list of her tour on a butterfly like piece of cardboard that she, right?
No, that's where we are. We are in a moment where gay marriage is about to be overturned. The price of everything is going up because we're taxing the rest of the world because we're now running a dictatorship over the planet, basically. And American-born citizens are being deported to countries that they're not from. The person who owns the most important company in the world, or one of them, is generating publicity by sending celebrities into space. Questionably QT scored celebrities.
Like bitch
like,
ass
not to be
space.
crass, but it's the pre-cum of space.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically.
Sorry, everybody. I hope you weren't eating.
No, please. Are you kidding me? You know, you listen to this show. Not only doing the pre-cum of space, but also like stealing a storyline from The Morning Show on Apple TV Plus. Like... Never forget when whatever the fuck their names are went to space and it like glitched out for 10 seconds and all that shit. And like, God, what a fucking horrific television show that I will watch every episode of.
And think of how much better this could have been if Katy Perry was like, listen, I am on this ship with these other people and I need you to know about them. Like if she was actually talking about the people who have, to be honest, really impressive credentials, she could have lent everyone looking at her towards everyone looking at them, but that's not what happened.
Yeah.
So I know often with your interviews lately, you've come in with a thesis statement and you've come in with sort of a premise for the fix. I just want to say, I think there are, I think there are three main reasons why she is flopping so hard. So I have a 3-pronged theory. My first part of why she's flopping so hard is that she used to be in on the joke and now she's not.
Yes.
Everything about her used to be like wink, wink, irony, satire, subversion. Like everything was very kitschy, but she always had this attitude like she was in on the joke. Like the classic example is her putting Rebecca Black in her video for last Friday night, I think it was.
TGIF or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Was that it? Is it TGIF? Thank you.
I mean, yes.
Titles. Yeah. It's that one song with Rebecca Black. Rebecca Black is the beautiful woman who's giving her a makeover, and she's got like hair to here and big old
like braces.
And she's making the joke of herself, and like that video is a really good example of how good she used to be at being in on the joke and locating herself in current pop culture. Like she was really good at that, and then she decided she wanted to do purposeful pop, and she wants to be earnest. And like, she is the most ordinary of pop stars, so it doesn't work. We don't want earnestness from Katy Perry, right? Like, that's not her lane. Her lane is irony and, very self-referential, wink, wink, I'm in on this with you. So I think her first problem is that she used to be in on all of the humor and all of the campy weirdness about her aesthetic. And now she's like, no, I want to have a message. I want to have purposeful pop or whatever it was that she called it. And it doesn't work. Add to that all the number of times she's very, very clumsily done racial appropriation in many directions. And it's like, oh, honey, no, this is not working. This is not working.
Well, and it's like she always has had like a message, and like some of them being, like there's, it's not that she like has never had a song that has like any kind of like statement about the world. I Kissed a Girl was her first single that was like a lesbian anthem,
The whole Katy Perry as a product was tongue in cheek from the beginning. Like I Kissed a Girl in and of itself is a novelty song. It's not actually of course it can be a queer anthem, but it's not. It's raining men for lesbians. It's not. It's just that. It's just a novelty. And everything about her was tongue in cheek. The firework bras, the whipped cream titties, with like everything about her was cotton candy fun. And even to the point when she, some of the better ballady or slow songs, like when she came out with Roar, it was her still doing a little cultural appropriation with the hair, but appearing in a boxing ring as the the symbol of masculinity and invincibility. Like it was always tongue in cheek. And I think we said this the last time we fixed her, being on Idol ruined it. It was truly the moment of like, never meet your heroes, because we needed only to know that she was this tongue in cheek firework bra person. But then when we watched her being mean to children, everything turned. It just turned, and it was like, she comes across, I've never met the woman. I'm sure she's lovely, but on American Idol, relentlessly, she came across as a dick, period. Like that was, she just didn't, it was just smarmy, smirky, condescending. It wasn't who we were raised, quote unquote, to think Katy Perry was. And if you're a celebrity who's so heavily branded, you got to ask yourself before you show people what your real personality, do I want to do this?
And yes, one, because like, again, the thing that celebrities are the most scared to do is play themselves. They all say it. I've had many, like a celebrity that's an actor, not a reality, like not a housewife, not a reality person, but like an actor be like, I'm so scared to be on this show that we're doing right now that's reality. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because I like to play myself is so scary. And I'm like, oh, because we literally don't know anything about who you actually are. And may I just say before we go any further, when I was in Fire Island, a couple weeks ago, I was sitting on the beach with Leanna Inzerillo, who fixed Lana Del Rey with us, who coined the term the Lana Del Research.
Right. And
we were talking, and then we were like, whatever. And we like sit there and she looks over at me and she goes, where do you think it all went down south with Katy Perry? And she goes, I think it was when she made Swish Swish. And I laughed so fucking hard. And we were like, but I will say Swish Swish was during her being on American Idol, because
absolutely, it was the same era.
Because she had that little cut, because they did her blonde hair. They tried to dye her hair like blonde for that Bon Appetit music video, and all her hair fell out.
Yep.
Because they like tried to strip her hair so many times.
I'm with Dominic. I think it was both American Idol and she cut her, and with the haircut. Yeah. Because the hair is a major point of her aesthetic. It's just a major element.
That's
to her
interesting.
Whole...
It never. I love hearing that. It never was.
I think she Felicity'd herself. Do you remember the show Felicity with the girl, with the woman who was in The Russians? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Carrie Russell. She had these gorgeous curls that like no human has ever achieved curl perfection. And she cut her hair, and the show ratings just tanked because the thing that you identified was her hair. And it sounds really stupid, but that's literally what happened.
It's historically attributed to that show going downhill and eventually getting canceled.
Exactly. And I think she Felicity'd herself. She cut her hair, and all of a sudden the image that she had didn't fit any of the stuff that she'd already done. And she really wasn't very good at integrating that aesthetic into her sort of former sexy Candyland performance. It did not work.
It should have, though. It should have.
It should have. It should have worked, but it didn't.
Swish, swish, bitch. I don't hate that song. I have to be honest. I don't hate it.
What's the point of it, Dominic, though?
It's another Katy Perry novelty song. And it's like, why?
They're all
did
novelty
she look
songs.
bad I don't think she looked bad as a blonde. I don't think the song was bad. What in there? Why did we all just get a bad taste in our mouth at the same time? Like, it should have worked.
It was sweaty.
Her being on Idol should have worked. It should have worked.
Because it was sweaty. It was too much. It was too much. It was sweaty. She was trying so hard. And again, like, she didn't want to have that short hair. Her hair literally was falling out of her head because it was overprocessed. Like, her hair was breaking off, so they had to cut all of it off. Which then I'm like, just wear a wig. Hello? I was like, why?
She is now, and they're not good. They're not. These wigs that she's wearing in concert, who is her wiggist?
Her wiggist.
Who's her
they
wiggist?
Look sticky. How do you make a sticky wig? But they look sticky. Like, you touch them and you'd be like, I gotta wash my hands. I'm sorry.
I know,
they look freshly removed from the bag, is what they look. They really do.
Big fold in the middle, like a fitted sheet.
I have bet my Xena Warrior Princess wig looks better than what she wears on stage. I'm not joking.
No question. I think all of her songs, by the way, are novelty songs. I think she's like a much more successful Macklemore. Everything that she's done is a novelty piece. And if you think about her albums...
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that, but go ahead.
Chris agrees with me. Okay. So if you think about her albums, they were basically collections of singles. And now she's kind of a singles girl. Like, she does a single with Zed, and she does a single with, is it Alessio? I don't remember how to say that.
Alessia Cara. Is that who it was?
It actually would be a badass duet now that I think about it. But all of her songs are individual singles. She is very much a singles artist, and there's not a lot of cohesion across her albums or across her discography. It's like one novelty song after another. And that's on purpose. She leans into the novelty aspect in every video and all of the performance of her major hits. She's leaning into this sort of novelty, kitschy performance. Now, I'm interested if you disagree.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I do feel like I don't think Teenage Dream counts as that because I feel like it's just
I do.
First and foremost her best song, like by 17 miles. And I just find it such a good
song.
I agree with you. I don't know. There are
it's
some
very sexy, but it's
No, you're right.
It's a little novelty. I'm going to make your dreams in my skin tight jeans. And be your teenage dream. Yeah, it's a great song. It's referencing a very specific period of your life when you were young and hot and horny. I did not realize how young and how hot and how horny you were until you look back. And that's sort of what that song is about. But it's still a novelty song. In my opinion, I am not a pop song expert, but but I get what you're saying. Because even I was like, what about the song Waking Up in Vegas from her first album? But it's like literally a song where they're like in a casino the whole time. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And they got married at the Little White Chapel. And the moment.
Yeah. And then
I don't know. I'm leaning more towards Sarah in this argument because there's it's like no one can deny that Katy Perry is like an international smash hit entertainer. Obviously, like no matter how we sit here, shit, I get that.
All over my workout playlist.
It doesn't, of course, but it doesn't mean like if someone I don't know what the stats are on this, but if someone came to me and said, Katy Perry has never won a Grammy, I'd say, that sort of tracks. I wouldn't draw breath. If someone said Madonna had never won a Grammy, I'd be like, that sort of shocks me, and she's also a pop princess who's not known as like the Mozart of her genre, but she cranks the shit out. And there's a lot of core memory songs in there. And Katy Perry's got a lot of core memory songs, but she does feel a little novelty. She does the act. There's a poop emoji on stage in a giant toilet in her concert right now. That's from her Vegas residency. That's
from the residency. Yes. There are also sexy mushrooms, I think.
Yeah. And it's like
sexy dancing mushrooms.
The poop in the toilet was from Vegas, but still it was ridiculous. And she like had a beer bra that beer came out of her, a beer can. Like she would open her beer can bra and a beer would come out.
The whole thing's novelty.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You are very right. Yeah.
Can I take you through my theory of why she's flopping right now?
Yes. Sure. Wait, but really quickly. The one thing I will say that we overlook about her is that her voice, she has such an incredible voice and her songs are so hard to sing. Like, if you think about how high they are, like she's belting at and now I'm getting into like music theory and like vocal theory, but like her belt is so fucking high that it is like other artists could never sing it. Like have another artist, even like Lady Gaga, try to sing Firework. Like it would be hard for her to sing it. Like,
agreed.
That top note is really easy to be flat. I was so high. I was singing it in my house this morning and I sound great up until that top note.
Even like Teenage Dream is so high and she is like in full voice belting it. It's like she actually doesn't get like the credit that she deserves for like how good of a singer she is. I personally think.
She also can take a song where the majority of the chorus is one note and make it into something dynamic, even though she's only singing one note.
Yeah.
You make me feel like I'm living it's all the same note.
Because she has gone back and forth of that line about novelty and serious artist. There have been moments with every project she's done where it seemed like a mishmash. There's no era of hers where there are no skips. Let's just put it that way. There's always there's not like with Taylor Swift, there are like, depending on how Swiftie you are, 4 or 5 moments in her eras where you're like, not a miss. But everything that Katy does, every time as artists do when they resurface every year or 2 years for the latest project, there's always something in it that doesn't work. And this last one just collapsed on arrival, basically.
And think even the name of her tour, she named her tour Lifetimes right after Taylor Swift did Eras. It's like Temu Eras.
It's a real cringy moment that I can't believe she didn't correct. I really don't. But if it was a joke, that's a very funny joke.
Yes.
Then make us know that it's a joke.
I mean, what are we not saying? What we're not saying is like she goes on this tour. The videos are absolutely horrific.
She can't dance.
Again, I called her Mace Windu because she was doing Darth Maul level, like double red lightsaber. Yeah.
Why?
Everything she's doing is just like copying Because she goes on that, like, what was it? Like a big butterfly, which looks like is literally the same thing that Beyonce was doing at the same time in the Cowboy Carter tour by going in that Cadillac with the American flag around the whole thing. It was just a lot of, she's in like a weird outfit. She's bringing people up on stage that then pass out and faint, which never like looks good for her, even though it's not her fault. You know what I mean? It's just like,
she did look quite motherly tending to that child on stage, though, as she was trying to like smack her back to health.
Yeah, no, I did like that she was comforting.
And that shows you the power of her fandom, that the people who have followed her career and go to her tour are like completely overcome physically and pass out with their excitement to meet her. There's still a lot of good feeling in her fans. That if you get her on stage.
Hear me out. Maybe Katy Perry's breath smells like straight up shit, and that girl legitimately passed out.
Was passed out from asphyxiation.
She was fucking dropped. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm meeting Katy Perry. I'm meeting Katy Perry. Did someone shit in front of me?" And then she dropped down.
You know, the rumor about Orlando Bloom is that he's one of those guys that thinks he doesn't have to bathe. Apparently, that's a whole thing in Hollywood. These people thinking that they don't have to bathe. Allegedly, he's one of those people who thinks he didn't have to bathe.
I love the way how arrogantly that's termed, where it's just like you're not disgusting. You're just above bathing. It's like an activity that's just beneath you. I don't have to.
Oh God. Ugh. Blah. And then obviously she goes to space. We are furious about it. And it's just like every decision, like she's attaching herself. I don't know what any of them thought that it was going to be cool. Like, how did any of them think that like being up there with the end of fucking The Substance, Lauren Sanchez, in my opinion, like her face looks like the end of The Substance. I'm sorry. I don't care.
For weeks, we predicted not all of her would return to our planet.
Yes. Like
we were wrong, of course, because we're not scientists. We're just assholes.
Like she looks so bad. The fact that any of them would get on that with her and think that we would be like, that's so cool. Is beyond me. Beyond me. So not only does she attach herself to that wagon, and then she just in every way, she's like, me and Orlando, call her daddy interview. And she's like, when Orlando Bloom like puts dishes in the dishwasher, I'm like, you're getting your dick sucked tonight. And it's like, what?
Girl,
like
the bar is low.
Yeah.
You don't need to go beneath it.
No.
Oof. History will look at this moment, and I'm not exaggerating. It is literally like in the middle of America de-Americanizing itself by trying to like deliberately and federally homogenize itself. And in the midst of all this turmoil, this is nothing more than like a planetary let them eat cake moment. And it's like, who's down there cheering these idiots on? The wealthiest people in the fucking world. You got Kris Jenner and Oprah and Jeff Bezos. Ooh, well, it's like, it was so truly, we make fun of everything here. This is a comedy podcast, but I don't think anyone in this room right now is going to disagree. What a fucking disgusting mistake that whole exercise was. For real. Like, it will 100%. Never be looked at anything other than an absolute abomination. What it must have cost, the fuck out of here. How utterly ridiculous.
Of
the Bezos-Sanchez wedding.
Yes.
Merger. The Sanchez-Bezos merger. She was not, but in her stead, she sent her on the edge, now no longer partner. And I wasn't at the time. Orlando Bloom went and was caught like flirting with multiple women while he was there, which I guess was allowed because
he
was no longer with Katy Perry.
Because he was, guess where he wasn't? With Oprah and fucking Chris and fucking Chloe hobnobbing in the Ground Zero. You know what I mean? Or whatever the hell it's called. Like he wasn't there. So it's like, is that because they weren't really together anymore?
Not Ground Zero. Not Ground Zero. Oh, Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, is there any fixing you? We're about to find out because I feel like we have pulled up to the arena.
God, I have so many ideas. I don't know which one I want to do.
Why don't you just say all of them? Because that's fun. And then you'll have content for
No. No.
He has to save some for the third time that we fix her. She's going to do something.
If this doesn't work, does she go on like a special category of unfixables? Like, girl, we tried and we can't. 3 strikes and you're out. 3 strikes and you're out. Well, it's Christopher. There you go.
You're going to make Chris start a new list now. It's going to just be her and Megan are going to be on them. Like, we've tried. You're on your own list.
Yeah. Katy Perry. Catherine Louise Elizabeth Perry.
Pierre Perry.
Fuck her name is. Oh, we didn't even talk about Justin Trudeau. We didn't even talk about how she then went on a date with Justin Trudeau. Like
again, what are you doing here? Katie, what is this?
We didn't even talk about it.
That's her trying to fix herself. That's her saying this tour's going to be over soon. I am like the most hated person in the world. What am I going to do? I'm going to pull, not that she ever needed fixing, but I'm going to do a Salma Hayek, a Michelle Yeoh. I'm going to slowly recede from entertainment for a minute so I can become part of a fucking power couple right now. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Didn't work though.
Didn't work.
We've already discussed our theories a few Pre-Fices ago.
Yeah, no, everyone knows what we think about it. It was just clearly for publicity. But again, it's because she's scrambling. She's in it. Okay.
They had sex one time. She didn't stop talking and Justin said, get out. Au revoir. Actually was what he said the following morning. Whatever French is for welcome shame. He's like, he said merci. Yeah. Go kiss a girl again, dum-dum.
Okay. I want her gone. I want her out of I want this tour to end and I want her just out of here. I need her to go into a cave, truly. I need her to disappear for at least a year. And during that year, I need her to go to therapy, one. But while she's doing that, I need her with the best ghostwriter alive to be in the same cottage as her or cave. And I need her to write a tell-all memoir. She can't do new music. None of us will all hate it. Even if it's the best music she's ever done, we'll all hate it. And we won't allow it to be good. She's done so much. She's tried to just be, again, Sarah, like you said, every single version of her has been replaced by another artist that is doing it way better. I don't need an album. I don't need her to be an actor. I don't need her to do a clothing line. I need to hear from the horse's mouth how all of this has felt for her. Going into space, it backfiring. And I know that I pitch memoir a lot, but this is one that really would be one that's everyone would be clamoring for an advanced copy of it. There would be pull quotes that would be in the news months beforehand. And I need to hear that she regrets a lot of this stuff. Because guess what we haven't even brought up also is her trying to buy another house from under someone. Remember the guy went back on his deal and she was no, and she's now suing him. She's up to stuff legally that's upsetting. And I need to hear from her. Yep. She kills nuns. Not allegedly, a nun died on the stand while trying to have her not buy that convent. I need to hear her talk about the nun in the convent and the nun dying and how horrible it was and that she felt bad about it. Or if she didn't feel bad about it. I need to hear from her how she feels all these decisions have played out for her. The most fandom I've had of her was when I saw her crying before she was lifted up. I saw the most human version of her when I saw her in complete distress before having to perform for thousands and thousands of people and how hard that must have been on her. I need to read that in a memoir, period.
I wonder if she's waiting to do that for Russell Brand's trial. Well, Russell Brand is going to be on trial for for sex crimes, basically. And I always wondered, is there going to be an overlap to the period of his marriage to Katy in the court case? 2, is she going to be requested to testify or give a deposition or anything like that? But 3, if she's going to write a memoir, she needs to wait until after the trial so as not to fuck up evidence.
Plan it with that.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly. If you wait until after that and Russell Brand's in the news, then boom, you get the Katy Perry memoir of,
and
here's my story.
It. I'm listening. I'm listening to the audiobook narrated by her. You know what I mean? That's my pitch. I know it's unoriginal, but I feel it's the only thing that I think can get, she must address all these terrible things. We're not going to just forget how fucking horrible this last year was for her.
I have many ideas for Catherine Elizabeth Hudson Perry. None of them really great, to be honest. None of them that sort of favor an upward trajectory for her career-wise. It's doing everything I can to say, I think we're done here. It's getting, to use Chris's word, the whole thing is starting to get sweaty. Every night of the concert, every sort of attempt, there was something became non-relatable about her during Idol, and then ever since then, and during the Idol swish bitch era, and since then it's been pretty steadily downhill. The only things I would allow from her at this point are something so horrible that it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm talking about a TV movie about the Muppets in space scenario where everyone is played by an actor except for Katy Perry, who plays herself. I'm talking about. I'm talking about a right-wing hated animated series based on the song I Kissed a Girl and I Like It. I mean, like, I just need whatever she does next to almost be deliberately
a variety show?
Incendiary. Like, I just don't know what to do with her. I'm speaking slowly because I'm still praying on it as everything's coming out of my mouth. You know, if Adele can take off 5 years in between albums, so can Katy Perry. She doesn't need the money. She can just chill out, hang with her family, date prime ministers, do whatever the hell it is she wants. She can do whatever the hell she wants. But it's got to be, we have to miss her. Like she's got to get far away from the decade she defined. And I think part of the reason is like she truly, it doesn't work for everybody. Madonna can keep circulating back, even though she defined an actual era, she can just sort of keep coming back. But there's something different chemically about Madonna than there is about Katy Perry. Katy Perry gives a fuck. I think that's the difference between her and Madonna. And Madonna just pretty clearly doesn't. So yeah, we're not trying to silence women here. The show is about what to do with the brand. That's all what this podcast is about, like how to get them back in good graces. So save your shit. We fix plenty of men as well. We're not trying to silence women. We're just trying to silence Katy Perry, who happens to be a woman. But I think she needs to take a 5-year break and then come out with, I know
Can
this
I tell
sounds
you what
lame.
she should come out with?
No, because it's my idea. I can.
I thought you didn't have one, and I was like, "Oh, I can help."
No. The first thing she should do is come out with a heavily and wonderfully artistically produced remixed album of her greatest hits. Let's take a 5-year break and let's reimagine the entire era that we've already heard. And that's how she sort of reintroduces herself to people. It feels like a good baby step for her because I in my heart of hearts, I don't think she's fixable. Like, I'm not sure what she's going to do, at least in the short term. So I don't think my idea is particularly the strongest, but I think that these songs that she has had are so good. I think maybe the reimagining is a more thoughtful, less novelty version of these songs. They can still be pop, but not as bubblegum pop as they were when they were presented. Maybe it's a reintroduction tour along with it. And then and only then should she do new music. I don't feel like she needs to go into venture into any other. She shouldn't do On Golden Pond. She shouldn't be an actress. She should just, I think that there were many aspects of Katy Perry that were always very broad, as in a term for a woman, a broad, like a bluesy, boozy, like she was very campy. And I think if she waits 5 years, she will then be bordering on actual technical genetic, the broad years age-wise. Like she'd be 45 when she came back, 50, best year for broads, best year to start your broaddom. Mm-hmm. She'd be there and then sort of Mae West it. You know what I mean? Then get a little campy, reimagine the songs, do sort of like, it's not the best example, but what Nelly Furtado has been doing recently. She's been popping up at festivals. She is physically different. She is much more curvaceous than she was. She is not shy about flaunting all of it and doing really fierce live versions of all these songs that she did when she was super popular in 2006, 2007, etc. So maybe something like that. And that's my pitch. I don't mean for it to be murky, but an absolute full reset. Like, don't show up at the Met Gala. Don't do anything. Yeah. Just leave until 2030 and then announce you're doing a bunch of smaller dates, which are going to be super campy, reimagined hits, release an album or a live album in conjunction with it. And then that's it. And that's my pitch. Go ahead,
May
Sarah.
I build upon this pitch because it's very close to what I had written down and I'm very excited. I feel like we're having a mind meld. Okay. Mm-hmm. To build upon Dominick's pitch with specificity. This was my pitch. Unfortunately for Katy Perry, outside of music, she's not very interesting. She's comes across very mean on camera. She can't dance. Her live stream for Witness was just a complete unraveling, and I felt terrible for her to have put herself in that position. Unfortunately, outside of music, she's not very engaging. So here's what I think she should do. Teenage Dream came out in 2010. So to echo Dominick, in 5 years, it will be 2030. It will be the 20th anniversary of Teenage Dream. She should do a 2-part album. Part 1 is remixes of all of those great songs, sort of like a greatest hits, but with other artists. Kylie Minogue, Lady Gaga, Madonna, Cher, Adele, Nelly Furtado, anyone who will come and remix the song with her. Then the second part is breakup songs. She's going to do classic woman-scorned breakup songs with Kelly Clarkson and Reba McEntire and all of these women who have been left by shitty men to do classic breakup anthems. Then there's going to be a TV special of all of this. It could be a residency if she doesn't want to go on TV, but if she does a TV like variety show of her music and all of these other musics, she undoes this sort of "why are you so mean" aspect of her like history. She focuses on her vocals, which are very, very good. And she brings in sort of other fellow, forgive the word, elder pop stars and then younger pop stars as part of her sort of reimagining of Teenage Dream. So it's like middle-aged crone dream with cool ladies. And that is my pitch. It builds on Dominick's, but I swear I wrote all this down before he spoke.
No, I believe you. I like the pitch. I mean, obviously it's part of it is what I've pitched, but I'm not convinced that the specifics of your idea are going to serve her well. I feel like we're going to roll our eyes the way we do when Madonna sings with Britney or with Justin. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like her own to me, if that makes sense. And I'm not sure why. Like, it doesn't feel like her. It's like her with like a billion. It's what Barbara Streisand is doing. You know, it's sort of like it still feels novelty to me because so many other people are involved. I guess that's
what it feels like to me is that it's what Taylor Swift did whenever they got in a fight, which was like, I'm going to show you all of the celebrities that like me and not you. And so it's like, that was like how the Squad like became a thing. Remember the Squad?
Video,
like,
yes.
That was the Squad, like Mariska Hargitay and Lena Dunham and all those people. Like they were all up there because
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, they were all up there because they were like her squad, because they were like, we look like you and not Katy Perry. And so it's like, the only thing I'm nervous about is that like, will people want to do stuff with her because they know that she's a loser? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a big question.
That's hard. That's a big question.
But I think Dominick's right that she needs to go away for 5 years, give people a chance to miss her, and then remind everybody who she was by reinvigorating all of these songs. And if she can hold her own with some of these other vocalists, it would be great. There is, of course, the risk that she's trying to be too serious. It does have to be sort of novelty and kitschy and retro, everything that she's doing. Like if she did a duet with Sabrina Carpenter and they were both done in their whole styles, I think that would be super cute and very cool. It would be so cute.
And she
like
could show
basically
her voice.
take all of those, those aesthetic eras and then bring those people back to perform with her. Yeah.
I think this is a Patreon vote. I think it has to be.
I think it is. I'm really sorry.
Let's do it.
No, it is. All right.
I get off easy every time. I'm very sorry about
no, it's
that.
okay.
Last time you guys pitched the same thing and I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah. I think it's a 3-way Patreon vote for the three of us because I think it's 3 good ideas that we have to figure it out, you know? All right. So, go to Patreon and vote now on who you think should be the winner of this episode. Wow. Sarah Wendell, thank you. A whirlwind this was.
Thank you for having me back.
A firework.
Thank you for being here.
It has been a firework. I am really honored that you had me back to fix her.
Of course. God, Katy. God damn it, Katy Perry. Where can people find you and where can they listen to your podcast?
You can listen to Smart Podcast Trashy Books everywhere you get your tasty shows. And you can always find me at smartbitchestrashybooks.com, where we're talking about romance novels and everything that goes with it.
Dominick, where can people find you?
The Instagram's Dominick Pupa. The website's domentary.com. The TikTok is also Domentary. Christopher, where can the listeners of this podcast find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at the Chris DeRosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople. I wish you both well, and as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.